Oh, I can't hear you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. Nice to meet you.
Okay, my name is Mohammed and I'm calling from New Delhi, India.
Wonderful,
Yeah.
wonderful. Nice to meet you. My name is Emma. I'm from Manchester in England.
Okay.
And why are you here today? What's your reason for being on Cambly?
Actually, I want to improve my English language, and
Mm-hmm.
I just signed up, 3 months ago, but I
Uh-huh.
had a gap of 1 month, and now
Okay.
today, after 1 month, again I'm active on Cambly.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yes.
And so tell me a little bit about yourself. Tell me your intro.
Okay. My name is Mohammed, and I live in India in New Delhi.
Uh-huh.
I belong to the eastern part of India, and
Okay.
I'm an IT person. You can say digital marketer, and
Okay.
I work for the U.S. customers for the last 10 years.
Okay.
And
Nice.
my interests are in public speaking and improving my pronunciation, and
Mm-hmm.
talking with the new people, learning their languages, and exploring the new cultures, new traditions. These are my habits, or you can say these are my interests. Yes.
Nice, nice.
In free time, I love to watch movies, Hollywood movies,
Mhm.
and web series. So these are my little introduction.
Very good, very good.
Yes.
And you said that you work with people from the US. Do you find that the people from the US are very different to the people from your country, or is there similarities?
No, there's no any similarity. What I find that the US people are so honest to do the business with.
Oh,
Second,
really?
yes. Second, they don't do bargaining. Let's
Uh-huh.
suppose you are proposing something, and
Hmm.
if they like you
Hmm.
and they agree on your terms, okay. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's all about what I have learned in 10 years. It's all
Hmm.
about satisfaction of customer service. That if
Uh-huh.
your customers are satisfied, they have no any objection to pay you whatever the amount you ask or propose. They agree to
Hmm.
pay you. Second,
Ah.
most I found the senior citizens are
Mhm.
too honest to do the business with, and they are very
Oh.
polite. Yes, and they are very good. And I find a little difference that the US people are, quite good in the terms of understanding and in
Hmm.
the terms of doing business, a fair business. They believe in honest business, process. Yes.
Interesting. And so you said that they don't do bargaining. Is bargaining very common in your country? Is that
Of
common
course,
in the
bargaining is so common in India. If you ask for $500 for something, they will say no. You can pay. They agree to pay you $200. So bargaining is so common among people. Even we go for buying vegetables
uh-huh.
and or apples, and if they say it's $1, so I would say no. I would just pay you, 0.5,
Oh my
dollar.
gosh,
Yes.
really?
So this is a common, among the businesses.
Hmm.
If you're on a small scale business, but if you're already a very reputed business person, or you have a so much recognition, in the country, so
Hmm.
it's good for you. But for the small business, they
Yeah.
do bargaining, and that's been common in
Wow.
India.
What
Yes.
about for things like, so do you mean for things like iPhones, they don't bargain, you don't bargain for like an iPhone? Is that?
No, basically, most of the Indian people,
Mhm.
they buy from the Amazon or Flipkart. Okay, these are
Uh-huh.
the online platform where you don't have the option to bargain with the people. But for
Yes.
the small stores, if they go, even I go, I would say no, I cannot afford this, and you have to lower the prices. Okay, so
Oh,
this is a communication between a
wow.
seller and the buyer. First, they have to bargain on the prices. Okay,
Hmm.
if you agree to sell those, yeah, so both, you buy and he sells. But
Hmm.
especially in the US, there is no any bargaining. And if I propose, yeah, for doing this you have to pay $500,
Yeah.
and they say, do you have any good offer for me? So I would say no, this is a already discount prices, and if he likes, he says go ahead. So this is
Oh,
things. Yeah.
interesting. That is very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't. It's the same in England. We don't really do that. And I was actually talking about this yesterday to my mum because um I'm an online teacher, and I was talking about one of my friends who she's an online teacher too, and she has some students who will bargain for their classes. They will say, "Okay, you sell your classes for this much. Can I pay this much?" And for me, it that we don't do that. That's like a new thing that I've learned about that I didn't know.
Yeah, in India, it's been culture to do the
Mhm,
bargaining. Yes,
mhm. Yeah, it's very interesting.
yes.
Do you think that this will continue, or do you think that this will change in the future?
No, it won't change because this is in our blood, especially for the Indian people, and there are many jokes, especially many the people who are on the stage. They do the performances, and they
Yeah.
talk about the India, especially. So they put a jokes, especially for the bargaining for the
Oh, really?
Indians. Yes, because it's been going on for a long period of time, and I don't think it's gonna be stopped in future.
Yeah,
Yes.
interesting, very interesting. And is it just people from the US that you work with, or do you work with anyone from any other countries?
No, I just work for the US, and I used to work with the Canadians, but I stopped working with them because most of the clients they were not talking in English; they were talking in Spanish, and I have no any skills of speaking
Ah, okay.
Spanish. So I basically like US. I love US country and love US people, and I do business with them. And I have learned lots of things. Especially, I improved my communication skills.
Hmm.
Initially, I improved, but the way they talk, putting the punctuation, pronouncing the words correctly,
Hmm.
and their accent, I like them,
Oh,
and that's what I'm
nice.
following. Yes.
And so did you speak to anyone who was like born in Canada, or was it all just people who had moved there in later life?
I didn't understand the question now.
So you said that all the people that you spoke to in Canada spoke Spanish. So had they come over from a Spanish speaking country?
No, I mean to say most of the clients, let's suppose, you know, 6 out of 10, we used to get those kind of customers. Even I was getting very less business from the Canada, so I
Mhm,
stopped doing business for that country. So I just
mhm.
stay focused on US market, and I'm
Nice.
just working for them. Yes.
Good. And have you been over to America? And
No, not never.
oh,
I
you
applied for the
need to.
visa once, and it was declined by
Oh,
basically.
really?
Yes.
Oh, so unfortunate. Hopefully in the future you can go.
Yes, this is my on the target list to go
Uh-huh.
first in the US, and second, there are so many countries, but since due to the pandemic situation, I did not plan to go anywhere, but I was
Yeah.
planning before, but let's see.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see. Definitely. And about the pandemic, because I don't speak to many people from India actually. Is everything back to normal right now since the pandemic, or do
Yeah,
you still have?
even we nobody talks about pandemic or COVID
Yeah.
situation. Yes,
Mhm.
I sometimes I feel like it was a kind of promoting something by the
Oh,
government.
really?
Yes, and it's scaring people. I don't know
Mhm,
what was going on, but yes, we were following the news, and
mhm.
we were following the guidelines of the government. So,
Yeah.
but now everything has changed, and nobody talks. Nobody put the masks, and
Yeah.
even the hospitals you can go anywhere.
Mhm,
And but earlier you have to put the mask, you have to put the dresses to go to or visit to any sick person or
mhm.
family members. But now everything has changed, and as I said, nobody talks about COVID,
No,
and everything has back to normal. Yes,
it is. And
yes.
do you ever hear about anyone getting COVID anymore, or is that now just
Even
not happening?
once I was infected for cold.
Sorry.
No problem. So I went to hospital, and they diagnosed, and they said that you have been infected with COVID-19. So
Uh-huh.
after 2 days, I recovered myself, and there was
Mhm,
not big symptoms. So
mhm.
now everything is good. Everything has back on the track, and the business and everything are open right now. Even the schools were closed
Mm.
for the 2 years. So
Wow,
from
for
this
2
year,
years.
for 2 years, yes, from
Wow.
this year onwards, they have started.
Mhm.
Yes.
And when they were closed, was there any like online teaching, or was it just there was no school, there was nothing
So
happening?
India is, especially if you talk about the technology, okay,
Mm.
we the people who are in the technology, they are very good, okay,
Uh-huh.
especially the Indians in the field of IT sector, they are very
Yeah.
smart, okay.
Mhm.
But when you talk about the equipments and technologies which
Yeah.
are adopted by the government are very, very, very less, okay, you will
Mhm.
not find a very great opportunity, okay, in order to
Yes.
develop your skills. You have to
Mhm.
migrate from India to US or Canada or
Mhm.
Australia somewhere to work as per your skills, okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
So in India, especially for the schools, they were conducting the online, session, online teaching, but that was not up to satisfactory, you can say. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, it was a limited, and the students who were, very, low in the schools, they were not able to, observe what they used to teach. So
Wow.
yes,
So would you say that a lot of the children didn't have any real education for 2 years?
even my own daughter, she was 6 years old, and what she had learned, she forgot everything within 2 years,
Yeah.
and yes,
Yeah.
so it was a huge gap for
Mm.
her education to cope up with. Right now, everything is
Mm.
going fine.
Yeah, I think that's what they are saying, like worldwide, that the children in this time,
Yes.
the young ones especially, they are the ones that missed out because they just there was just a lack of any. Like in England, they did have online classes
Yeah.
and things like that, but even so, like when they're so small, 6 years old to do online classes is so difficult. They don't
Yes.
have the
Yes.
attention span.
Yes.
Um, but hopefully they can all catch up now and they can all learn quite quickly.
Yeah.
I hope so.
So, what do you do, Emma? What's your profession?
I'm a teacher. I teach online, not just on Cambly. I teach
Okay.
on for other companies too, um, and I teach people from all over the world.
Okay. Have you found any Indians?
At the moment, I have no like
Hmm.
constant Indian students. I speak to some like this, like I speak to people now and again, but I don't have many any regular students. No.
Okay. So, am I the first one you're talking on Cambly to the Indians?
No, I have spoken to many in the past,
Okay.
but I don't have any like regulars, like
Got it.
someone that I speak to
Yes.
weekly, just like now and
So,
again.
what do you find difference between me and the other students whom you talked before over the Cambly?
The Indian students, or
Yes.
oh, I think you don't really have an accent, an Indian. You don't have a strong Indian accent, and that is something very common.
Okay.
The Indian when these people who are Indian when they speak English, it's sometimes difficult to understand. But I would say your accent is your pronunciation, your accent, they're both very good.
Thank you so much. That's what I work always.
Oh,
Yes. Yeah.
I suppose it's important to you though if you're speaking to people from the US.
Yes, that's what I said in beginning, that I have learned lots of things from US people, and especially how they pronounce the words, how to put this syllabus or the accent or the
Uh-huh.
diction, and
Mm.
that's what I learned from them, and that's what it made easy to do the business with the US people, just because of my communication skill and speaking.
Mhm.
It brought lots of changes in me, especially doing business. And
Yeah.
so this was all about me. I hope our time is running out, right?
Oh no, that's okay. I'm more than happy to learn about you. That sounds good. You said you have a daughter. Do you just have one child?
No, I have a son who is just 11 months old.
Oh, wonderful,
Yes,
wonderful.
he's a baby. Yes.
Oh, lovely. And would you like to have more children in the future, or is
Yeah,
two
of
enough?
course, because it's not in
Yeah.
my hand. It's a bless, you can say. Sometimes, I have seen so many people, they go
Mm-hmm.
to the hospitals only to produce the children.
Mm-hmm.
But if God bestow upon you something with the blesses, you have to
Mm-hmm.
adopt it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So I may plan, but sometime plan doesn't work according to our
Of
thinking.
course,
Okay.
yes,
Yes.
of course.
So it is up to Almighty. Yeah, let's see
Uh-huh.
what He has to bestow upon me, and
Hmm.
has to do
Yeah,
something. Whatever He does, I have to accept. Okay,
of
so
course, of
either it's a
course.
good or bad, in both situations, I'm happy.
Yeah.
So nice to meet you, Emma,
Nice to meet
and
you.
thank you
Have a
so
good
much for
day.
joining me. You have a good day.
Thanks.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.